Cool. What's up, everybody? This is Blur's Dream on the Scene, and we're about to check out Rivers' studio here in LA, this art gallery thing that he's got going on. And let's go and find him. Let's check that shit out. Oh shit, it's River.
Oh, MJ and Carlos. I wasn't expecting you.
We've got River from Scuat magazine. Yeah, hell yeah, dude. What's up, guys? It's Blur's Dream on the Scene, and we are here at River's art studio here in LA. We're here to do a little room tour, check it out, see what's going on, and let's go find River right now.
Oh, hey.
Oh shit. What's going on, buddy?
I wasn't expecting you.
Whoa.
Whoa. Hey, what's going on?
What's up, man?
We've got River from Scuat magazine, and he is here at his crib.
At my crib. MTV Crib.
His MTV crib. Check this shit out, man.
Right there, we
So,
cut into like a...
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, let's check this shit out. So, what do we got here? Let's go here. Fuck it.
Alright, that's a floating shelf that I wasn't gonna use. It's supposed to be sideways and you can put stuff on it, but you can't really put anything on it now. So I just painted on it. And then Johnny from Ben dropped off some spray paint, and that was tight. I got a bunch of like old stuff to put in my pockets. Some old like shoe polish, leather polish, cigarettes, cigarette cartons, and then my inspiration wall. This is just everything I look at while I'm making art. Got an American flag.
That's interesting.
Sex Pistols, and then this is my workstation where I paint.
Oh, shit.
And
That's tight.
I'm done with this.
What is that?
It's a totem pole.
Oh shit. And how'd you get the inspiration for this totem pole?
In Minnesota, I would go out to Minnesota. It was my grandparents. They got a house out there, and they live in this little town. And there was a souvenir shop with a totem pole out front, and one of those like talking Tazars or one of those people, whatever those things are. Where you put a quarter in and it gives you a fortune, and it had a totem pole there, and it was called the totem pole. But then they just took it down like a couple years ago, replaced it for like a perfume store or something.
Reminds me of Doodle Bob.
Doodle Bob?
Yeah, you remember Doodle Bob?
What, I'm a Doodle Bob?
I'm a Doodle
I'm
Bob.
a Doodle Bob.
And he erased the square. Yeah, hi me nine.
Yeah.
And he erased the square. That's tight. That looks cool, man. What other paintings you got around here that you're like kind of craving?
Well, this,
kind of looking
I
at?
don't know if I like this or not.
Tested chemicals. What's that?
It's this thing. I got this at an antique store. It says Tested Chemicals right there. So I just wanted to paint that on there. This thing. I don't know if I like it though. So I could always just paint white over it.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's like, nice art studio and shit.
Okay,
That's
thank
tight.
you, yeah.
I like the spot. It's very 70s inspired and all this shit, you know? A lot
Yeah.
of stuff. The Kennedys, dead Kennedys kind of references around here. Some, what smoking brand do you prefer on this wall right here?
On this wall? I mean...
The American Spirit, Camel, Marlboro. Or are you more of a straight edge dude? Do you listen to Minor Threat?
I do listen to Minor Threat.
What's your smoker?
I don't smoke any of these.
Okay.
I just like the
aesthetic.
the cartons. I've found all these on the street.
Yeah,
I work with Marlboro a lot. Like that dude I replaced. Peter Tony did that first, but he did it in a collage, and I just did it all laid out. Where you make the words Marlboro say Warhol.
That's tight. This looks fucking cool.
Alright, a little cap gun there.
Oh yeah, you got your cap gun. You still got bullets in that thing or no?
Yeah.
Try it out. As you can see, we've been traumatized.
Loud, yep.
Get a shot of you pointing it right at the camera and shooting it.
Count your days, sucker.
Yep. I love that smell. I love that smell.
That smells fucking good. And then what does this flag represent with all the blood on it?
Oh, that was on accident because I was ready to give me a fix. But it looks cool. It represents, I don't know, Vietnam War, or like
Vietnam
foreign
War.
interference.
Yeah, the bloodshed from all the war vets having to fight wars that America kind of just starts and shit.
Yeah, I don't know who said it, but it was a line like, war is profitable.
It
Or
is.
war is an investment, invest your son, or something.
Oh shit. Yeah, I mean, if you want to know what a country's like where their like importance lies, just look at their budget. You know what I mean? And
Isn't our military budget like
yeah, our
trillions?
military budget is pretty high up there. All the other shit, the drug budget, all that bullshit. So MDC, that's pretty tight. Millions of dead cops.
Mm-hmm.
You fuck with them?
Yeah, I just got one of their records. The
That's
first
tight.
record.
What was it called?
I don't know, Millions of Dead Cops.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, the music is music too. I just barely got into them too, so that's tight. That's tight. And then you draw. Do you draw most of your posters, like your zine shit, or zine stuff?
Well, yeah. The
Or
only
just-
thing I didn't draw on this one was Kurt Cobain, which I printed on there, and that was a little just piece of notebook paper, and I took a scan of it to the library, the LA Public Library downtown, and they let me just print a free poster. Once a week. They got a creative lab there, and I took advantage of it and get a free poster. That's pretty sick.
That's tight. That's fucking cool.
Yeah.
Love kills. I voted for Reagan.
I did the Love Kills, and then my bandmates voted for Reagan.
Was that like to joke on you?
What?
Was that like to meme on you or like trolling?
I don't know. It's fun
But-
because it has the anarchy
Yeah.
symbol. Oh, and then my other bandmate did No God Abort.
No God abort.
He did Abort Christ, and I said you forgot the H,
Oh, it's fucking tight.
so you're on a little H.
Give me a fix. Holy shit, that's crazy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He did a lot of heroin, so yeah. He always had his
Is Sid,
stuff. His chest was fucked up.
is Sid Vicious like your inspiration for playing bass and shit?
He was bad at bass, and I'm good at bass, so.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, I guess like in terms of just like going out there and just doing that type of shit. Cause yeah, I know wasn't the greatest.
Yeah, but he pogoed a lot, which was cool.
Yeah. Just like the image
I
and
don't-
like the character.
Yeah, I don't want Sid Vicious to be my idol, but
Mm-mm.
I feel like there is this attraction that like punks have to, like Sid Vicious and G.G. Allen and Kurt Cobain and like Darby Crash and these awful people, or not awful, but these like fucked up people who did kill themselves and did definitely not things you should idolize, but people still do.
Yeah, I think they idolized them for their onstage persona and like the energy that they brought, and then the messages that they would say, obviously in their personal life, it was a bit destructive and shit like that. Maybe it came from that destruction, but I mean, yeah, they left a legacy of some sort. Is that what you kind of think you want to leave?
I
Some
think
type of legacy?
I think a lot of the shit I do on stage is destructive, but I don't do it just for the sake of being destructive or because like I'm bored or something, but I got a reason for why I do what I do on stage. It's because I think I wrote it somewhere that I saw Patti Smith like scream and rip her guitar strings off her guitar on stage, and that kind of got rid of the stigma for me to act crazy. Like if you're at a show and everybody's skanking and moshing, you'll go in and it feels comfortable. But if nobody's doing it, nobody wants to start the pit. I don't know why, but nobody wants to, because they don't want to be the one person doing something. But if I'm on stage and I'm going crazy, like if I'm going to an extreme, that releases the stigma, or that gets rid of the stigma. It enables other people to go make their own music, hopefully. And I just
Definitely. You think you're like the pit starter most of the time? Because I've seen you at a bunch of other shows, and like you tend to be one of the first couple of people. You and Kelvin can sometimes be one of the first couple of people to start the pit.
I try to be, and even if it's like there's really not many people at the show at all. Enough to like mosh and everybody. It's kind of just empty space.
Yeah, it's more,
they're
more space to play.
Yeah,
The
the band's giving it something, so I might as well.
Yeah.
Have somebody dancing for them. They're making music. Somebody's got to dance. So.
Oh yeah.
Maybe if it's just me and one other person in the pit skanking around, then I'll do it. And
it's an important thing that people often overlook. It's a lot of peer pressure. A lot of people that are trying to like look at other people, but at the same time, also if you're not feeling the music, like you don't have to.
It's also like peer pressure from who? Like who gives a shit about anybody else at a show?
It's more the judgment. That's what they think. Like they think everybody's watching them or something like that, so they can't be themselves in that way.
Yeah, but
that's.
I don't think judgment from people who go to shows, punk shows, really matters.
Oh no, it shouldn't. But that's just my guess as to why they tend to.
You're right.
Sit on the sidelines or something like that. We definitely don't condone.
This thing just fell apart.
What the fuck is that?
It was a matchbook. It just fell apart.
Oh shit.
It's filling up with it.
But we definitely don't condone wallflowers and But at the same time, everybody's different. So do your thing.
I don't care.
Do whatever you want.
I would never judge somebody just for not wanting to dance. I mean,
that's true.
Whatever. That's valid. You don't want to get in the pit or anything for your whatever reasons, but I guess I don't have any expectations of people at a scene because it's kind of like a space where you can do whatever you want. So go to a show, be lame. I don't care. I'm gonna do what I have to do to get off or whatever.
That's tight.
On stage or not, and
definitely, yeah, it's very judgmental. I'll retract my statement on the wallflower thing. Do what you want, man. But if you are one of those people that's like, I really want to dance, but I don't want people to see me, that's where we're like, hey, just do it. Just do your thing. You know what I mean? That's what I kind of mean. Is like, if you're a wallflower because you're like seeing that other people aren't into it, that's when you need to just be like, no, just be yourself. Just jump in if you want to. You know what I mean? So that's what I mean more in that case. So definitely retracting that statement. But any other like shit that you got on around here that's like pretty cool? This fucking Marlboro door.
Yeah,
what's this looking like?
Found some doors by a dumpster where I live. I got another one that I drew like a wall on because I was like sad and I was listening to Pink Floyd The Wall. I actually used to hate that album. Like, I never liked listening to it until I saw the movie, and then it became my favorite Pink Floyd album. I wish I had that on VHS. That'd be nice. But no. I think this one's like American consumerism, and then on the bottom, I drew like blood and that razor, and that's like The Big Shave, directed by Martin Scorsese, I think. And it's just like this 5-minute clip. He made it in like the 50s or 60s, so it's pretty ahead of its time. And there's just some guy with a razor who starts like shaving himself regularly. He looks like he's from the 50s, and then he starts like bleeding more and more, and then like blood's just pouring down.
Shit.
I think it was like.
What do you think he was trying to convey with that?
I think he even said it himself. It was like the Vietnam War, I think.
The Vietnam War.
Yeah.
Like
everything was the Vietnam War.
Yeah, it seems like this room is very 70s and 80s inspired. We got some Jimi Hendrix poster over there. Axis Bold as Love. That record's really fucking good.
Yeah.
And then we got some Sex Pistols, some Dead Kennedys.
I didn't want the entire wall to be punk because, punk gets boring.
It's almost like a stereotype of just like, hey, like I'm into all this punk stuff, but like, yeah, you expand your mind and like do other shit too. I mean, I feel like it's just. I mean, I feel like that's a punk ethos. It's just to be like, I'm into whatever the fuck I'm into. Like, fuck you. You know what I mean?
That's exactly how I think.
That's tight.
And
what's up?
Oh, I was just gonna say that's kind of the reason why like I show up to shows a lot, not wearing punk shit and wearing like some stupid like polo shirt or something.
And tell us about your fit. What are you rocking right here? Abibas? Is this a spunk reference?
This is Oh, I wish I could give them a shout out, but I forgot. I don't know what their tag is, but some dude who sold some like custom clothes at the Rocket 88 one time.
Oh shit, that's tight.
It just looks so dope. Abibas, like they made it.
That's
really cool.
And you got the jeans. What are you looking at right now?
Oh, I got these for like $5 at a thrift shop, like a Salvation Army. And then And then some guy at like John Vervatos was like flirting with my dad, so he gave him free shoes, and he just didn't wear them, so they're mine now. I might draw on them.
Damn.
That's kind of crazy, yeah.
Yeah, there's a dude flirting with your dad. There's a dude flirting with your dad.
Yeah, well, was, and then my dad was like, I'm not into you, so then he didn't get any free things.
Shit. And the jacket.
Oh, yeah, jacket, this was my grandpa's. I remember. This was my grandpa's. And it's just a nice jacket. I mean, it's too hot to be wearing it right now. I don't know why I am, but kind of gives me a Hunter S. Thompson look.
Oh yeah.
I have a lot of like Hawaiian shirts that I'll wear like 3 at a time under this, just to give it like layers or something, and then I'll wear this over, and it kind of looks nice. I've worn the shows before, actually.
That's tight. No, I dig your style, and then the aviators too.
Oh yeah, I was about to drop 30 on these on eBay, and then I found the same pair for like $5 at a vintage store, so I got them.
Yeah, very cool. Very unique looking.
Like, they got the hunting kind of bar right there. They're like hunting aviators, but they're not yellow. I don't know why hunting glasses are yellow. They say like that makes everything clear, but I think it's just like a myth.
Should be. Yeah. So, what do you call it? You got these like poster shits up there as well, like all this like stuff. Or actually, the Aqua Teen Hunger Force. You a fan of that, or is that somebody else's drawing?
This is Tony Skinnerbeer drew the Aqua Teen Hunger Force down here, and I just tried to recreate it down there.
Shout out to
I like Aqua Teen Hunger Force, and I just did that poster from the Master Fry.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. I just remember watching it as a kid and not really like I liked it, but I didn't understand it at the time.
Yeah, exactly. It's just one of those shows. Like, I used to watch, like, Borak or something. Or not Borak, but... Yeah, Borak the Alien or whatever that was on Adult Swim. And I'm like, I don't get what's happening, but...
It's just cool. It just looks cool.
Yeah, exactly. I had a poster of Borak for a while.
This is tight. This is a cool space. And then, so you got some Playboy magazines over here?
I do.
What's that looking like? You spank the monkey to these?
What?
Do you just read for the articles?
No, I don't read them. They're for pigs.
Yeah.
Honestly, like,
yeah.
Awful.
It's
just like a throwback, I guess. This is from 1979.
Oh, that's tight.
You're lucky you didn't have to censor just a random page.
Yeah.
But they've all got like Marlboros on the back of them, which is so cool. Like this one, I saw the backside first, and I was like, "This looks sick." And then I realized it was a Playboy.
Shit.
They're just
tight.
kind of funny.
You got some Mad magazine type shit.
Yeah, Mad magazine. I don't know when this is from. This looks like an old one.
A lot of old school shit.
A Ringo photography album.
That's tight.
And Mad from 1969.
1969.
Ooh, and The Wizard of ID. Some other like little comics. I've read through it like about a dozen times.
Gotcha. And the interest in these more, I guess, older types of media, what kind of draws you to them? The physical, having to like physically hold them and shit, and, like, being able to read them, and kind of like it's almost like an encyclopedia to the past, right? Yeah.
It's like you just being able to like touch my music is kind of cool. And like physically feel it and hold it in my hand, and kind of makes you work for it too. Like you gotta actually get I have a tape player over there, and I actually have to get all the shit to play it right.
Mm-hmm.
And then once I do,
because it is like a sensitive medium, like in a day and age where like everything's like digital and shit like that. Like I feel like you have to kind of take care of these. Oh, the Spunk tape. Yeah. Which one's that one? That was
it's the latest one, I think.
A taste from the waste. Yeah, shout out Spunk. They're they're killer, and some Black Sabbath too. But yeah, I guess the point I'm trying to make is that like it seems like with older media you have to take care of it, and almost like plants. You have to like water it and shit like that. You have to like really make sure it's not going to deteriorate, or like, you have to keep it in condition. You think that that's like also a draw to it? Is that you have to work harder for it? And it makes it more gratifying when you do get it to work, or when you like actually like take care of it and shit. Or
maybe, yeah. But it's kind of different now because you can just look up how to do all that, and you can look up like how to get your tapes to work, or if you want to edit your VHS or cassette tapes, you can just look up like how to do all that shit. And back then, like when they first came out, you had to like
Yeah, just
figure it out yourself or mouth of word.
Or there would
word
be
of
like a
mouth.
manual. Yeah, word of mouth.
Yeah.
Like you'd actually have to go to your friend's house and like figure it out. Like, hey,
That's
I don't know
if
how
they
to
knew
tape.
if they knew how to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Or they would like there would be like a little manual sometimes that comes with the device that some people throw away.
Which half the time the shit that you wanted to do with like a cassette tape, they didn't even have tutorials for. Like if you wanted to.
For sure. And then I see you got some books here. I'm not much of a book reader, but
Yeah.
you reading some Scuat?
I just got this recently. Patti Smith poetry book.
That's
It's got a lot of her poems. I love Patti Smith. And then Jim Morrison poetry book. This is volume 2. I want to get.
Oh,
Alright.
shit.
And then I want to get volume 1. And then I don't know, The Art of Looking Like an Artist. I haven't really read this yet, but it seems really cool, and it just shows I don't know, the idea behind a lot of artists' looks. And they try to like decipher it or something. But
Is it like what they like dress like, or
Yeah,
They, how they cut their hair and shit like that?
yeah, just their appearance. And I think that's important for being an artist, is how you present yourself or how you dress.
Yeah, it's aesthetics. It's almost like,
Dickens.
yeah. I've never heard of them. It's like they're like really underground, right?
Yeah,
Like so underground. Like
I heard like one of their songs.
and
I was like, yeah, I
how'd it go?
don't know when they're from.
Well, yeah, it's probably
It
like
must be like really new.
yeah, like the newest. It's probably came out like 2022 or something like that. I think.
Something, yeah.
I don't know. You know, but shout out them, whoever they are, whoever
Yeah.
Dead Kennedys are. I don't know. They sound kind of.
Yeah, we support up and coming artists. So.
Yeah, I feel like they need to use more autotune, to be honest. Like, if they use more autotune,
Yeah, he's
I feel
got a
like
really
more people-
shaky voice, and it's pissing me off.
Yeah, I feel like it needs more autotune, more time alignment. The drums are all over the
Yeah.
place. Like, what's going on here? You know, we want more artists like Madonna. You know what I mean? Some the kids can get into.
Oh, I got Madonna.
Oh, tight.
Yeah, I just put this up, dude.
Shit. What songs are
Material
on that?
Girl, Like a Virgin,
Oh, that's real music.
Dress
Right
You
there.
Up. Yeah, it's got everything.
It's real music right there.
Madonna Like a Virgin, yeah.
That's tight. And then you got a Sex Pistols tape too.
Oh yeah, this is some like, it's not a bootleg, but just somebody recorded over. What they record over?
It's a bootleg.
It's not a. I wish it was a bootleg, but it's just like it's their Nevermind the Bollocks album recorded over. Some random
shit.
rock and roll album. And then
That's
what
tight.
is this? Eric Clapton, Best of Eric Clapton,
Not bad.
and Empty Spunk.
Empty Spunker. Please kill me. What's this book?
Oh, my grandma just got me this. It's a punk book that I wanted to get for a while.
That's tight.
And it's cool. It talks about like the history of punk rock, and it's got a lot of like words from. Oh, it's got words from like Patti Smith and a lot of like established punks and like old school punks. Only thing is, the entire book kind of like rides Iggy Pop.
Oh,
Yeah,
there's too much glazing.
there's
There's too much Iggy
too
Pop
much
glazing.
Iggy Pop and too much Lou Reed.
Oh my god.
It's like anybody who like tries to like be articulate about punk can't help from mainly talking about Iggy Pop and Lou Reed. And I wish they would not. I wish they would give equal attention to everybody else.
Yeah. You think it's because they like lived and were like just because I always see them on TV. I always see like MTV interviews.
They're great. They're amazing. They're legendary, and they deserve to be talked about.
Yeah. But that's kind of like the whole
Thunders.
thing about punk is it feels like
Iggy Pop.
there's always like pockets that are like always like missing and shit. You know, like give other people attention to. You know what I mean? I feel like they've been overly documented, but it's cool.
Iggy Pop
You know?
still.
It's like they
is,
put in their time.
Oh, he put in the fucking work. I don't know how he's still alive because he went through that fucking phase where he cut himself up and he asked people to stab him while playing.
Oh shit.
In that picture in there, he's fucking. He gave somebody in the crowd a knife and he said, "Stab me, dude."
Holy
he asked to
shit.
be stabbed. You know, good thing he didn't.
And then you guys recently, or not recently, but on the Rocket 88 tapes, then March 16th, you guys also cut yourselves. What was on yourself? Like, what did you write on your stomach?
I didn't cut or carve any words into my chest or stomach.
You
I
just draw?
spray painted myself.
Oh, shit. Who's the cutter then? Was it Calvin?
Maybe, I think he put something here. I think it was an anarchy symbol
Oh, okay.
here. And I think that one might scar. I don't know.
Oh shit. That's pretty hardcore, man.
The extent of mine is people put cigarettes out on me while I played.
Oh shit.
And then I did get cut up a little bit while I played.
That's tight.
And you know, I'm not gonna do that again. Like, I did it to be extreme that one night, and
It's just how you felt.
yeah. And it's done. It's been done. So now I gotta think about. That's why I got the cap gun, because I'm gonna play with the cap gun on stage, and it's about like being taking it to an extreme is a part of the show, but it's not about being boring. And if I'm doing the same shit over and over again, it gets boring and it gets concerning. So I did it once. I did it right. I didn't overdo it, so I'm done.
That's done.
And thinking about what I'm gonna do next now. Probably like costumes or something. I think
That'd be tight.
nobody really does that, or like.
And we forgot to tell people, you're in a punk band called G.B.A, right? God Bless America?
Yeah, God Bless America, G.B.A. And I'm actually really happy with our music. I was in a band before this, but I didn't write any of our songs. And with this band, I do write a lot of our songs, and I get support from my bandmates,
Definitely.
and that's really fun. And before that, I always wanted to write. I always overthought it, and I didn't think I could write. So
Gotcha.
now I like my songs, and hearing them when we play live and hearing other people sing the words, I'm like,
Yeah, dude.
you know, I always try to be humble about things, and I still can't say like the song fucking kicks ass, because I just think it's just one of my songs and it's not that great. But
Yeah, it's totally the artist's dilemma. But that's a good thing, to not really kind of be a braggart and just kind of like accept it. Like, it's just something I made and people like it. Let's say it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Instead of being like, I'm the best fucking artist in the world. Nobody can fucking touch me. Sid Vicious, come after me.
But I think you gotta have that. I think you gotta have that drive, and you have to have an ego.
Mm-hmm. But just, I guess not overly obnoxious, but like on stage.
If you're just humble as an artist, like,
it's a little boring.
you're never really gonna make it. You gotta like sell yourself, and you gotta sell yourself, and you gotta like, you know, if you're making art as an artist who thinks they're shit and they shouldn't be held on a pedestal like their inspirations are, then you're only gonna make art that kind of artist would make. That like a shit artist who shouldn't be held.
Damn.
You're making art that shouldn't be held on a pedestal.
It's
the
like
same pedestal that your inspirations are held on. Yeah.
It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you think you're shit, then you're gonna produce shit, and it's not gonna be good.
Yeah.
Whereas if you think, like, obviously, it's just a self-confidence thing. But yeah.
So I try to have that self-confidence,
Mm.
and I try to just acknowledge like, there's no, you know, I don't know, but I try to have self-confidence, but it's a balance.
Yeah, it's definitely a balance between being a dick and then actually like just being a cool guy.
It's like what you think and what you say. Just like make sure that's divided.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. And that older band, I had a point and I like forgot it. Some other shit. It was about being on stage and shit with G.B.A. Fuck.
I jump around a lot. I roll on the ground.
That's what it was. It was about, I got the train of thought back. So, it was about being contrived. Like, the reason you did the cutting yourself or did the, got the cigarettes pointed on you, is because it was in the moment and you felt it and you just wanted to do it. But if you keep doing it, it's almost like a rehearsed act. Like something, it just starts to become contrived. And so that's what you try to avoid to do. You just want to do what you feel in the moment. And if that's what you feel like doing.
I feel like it's a lot safer to,
not
cut
continuously
myself up and
over and
cigarettes
over.
put out on me every fucking night. It was just one night, did it, done, and even if I do something not as extreme as like come out in like full like gimp suit or something and play like that.
Yeah.
Like it's fucking funny and I think it would work for a punk band, but if I do it once, I'm not gonna do it again. I did it, I made it work for me, I did it right, and on to the next.
That's tight.
On to the next thing, yeah.
That's what it seems like, yeah. You tend to look for other things to do or like something new to kind of go over and shit. No, it's tight. It's fucking tight.
Yeah.
And then I was just laughing earlier because the old band I was accidentally gonna call them the other thing.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, no, okay, let's just keep it.
I mean, you could say it's skull-shaped heart. I was in that.
Yeah, it was
for a little while.
Exactly the way he said it. It's skull-shaped heart with an H.
With an H.
Yeah.
H-E-A-R-T. And we did our first show at Echo Park, which is actually really badass.
Oh, that's tight.
We got Petra to play with us, and we pulled up unannounced. We set up our drum set, plugged everything into our lead singer's Prius. So, we barely had any fucking power coming out of there.
Yeah.
But we went song for song, and we got a little crowd, and it kicked ass, and didn't get shut down.
That's tight.
Yeah.
It's a cool first show.
That was really dope.
What was your first show with G.B.A., actually?
We don't talk about our first show because it was so awful. We rehearsed one time. It was just me and Calvin, and it was at the Rocket 88. And no, I think it was with me and Memphis and Calvin. It was so bad. We were awful, but we went back. Our next show was at the Rocket 88, and we went back and we practiced more, and we kicked ass, and we're so proud of that performance. And
yeah, you guys followed up Hotbox. That was
Hotbox, this band, that was their first underground LA punk show since they got here from Israel. They were an Israel punk band.
Yeah.
And yeah, I hadn't heard of them. I didn't know what they were gonna do, but after we played, we saw them do backflips, and they have a really tight sound and set and stage performance. It was great, and I don't know. I'm glad we were able to compete with them in terms of energy, but
yeah, you kept up the momentum for sure. That shit was tight. It was just holy shit. These 10-year veterans just did their performance that they just had nailed all the way down, and then this new punk band, you don't know what the fuck's gonna happen.
We only performed a total of 5 times ever in their existence.
And you guys
rehearsed,
you guys killed it. It was so much fun. There's so many fucking people that were really digging you guys, so that was tight. But yeah, dude. Any other shit that you got around here that's pretty interesting? I'm not too sure.
Howl by Allen Ginsberg. I love Allen Ginsberg. He's my favorite poet of all time. He's a 50s dude, and he got all this shit banned because he could only talk about gay stuff, and he used to. I'm lying. He didn't just talk about being gay, but it was just
material was
that wasn't really shit you could make poetry back on or about in the 50s. And he also did very liberal.
Yeah.
Had very liberal ideas and views on things.
I think
this one's signed by him.
Oh shit, that's tight. Is he still
94? That's pretty sick. Yeah.
Holy shit. When did he die?
I think 90s, 98, 99 or something. I don't know. I'm making that up.
Gotcha. I mean, I feel back then they did do a lot of the things that people do now, but it was seen as revolutionary at the time, or a little bit more in your face because of how taboo it was to be homosexual.
Well, the problem is that a lot of people didn't know about him because they censored all this shit.
Yeah, because it was about dudes.
Which sucks, but
And then same thing with a lot of socialists and a lot of communist values. They always tended to suppress that type of shit, and just kind of the general sentiment in America was always oh no, those are the commies, those are the people we need to kill and shit like that. They had the whole the red ban or some shit,
but half of
in Hollywood.
Most Americans, you ask why do we hate the communists? Or what is you just ask them what is communism? They can't.
I can't.
I'm not saying I'm a communist. I don't know shit about communism.
Me neither.
I'm not saying it's bad or good. I'm not saying
it's just kind of you just kind of ask questions. It's why is this supposedly the worst thing on earth to a lot of people? And then and why is it being censored? Why is it always this way and stuff like that? It's what agenda do you have in censoring that? Is usually the question with that type of stuff. But no, it's tight. It's tight. But Scuat magazine too. When did you start that?
I think December of 2023 maybe. I started drawing in math class because I was really, really bored. I didn't like school, so I just started drawing.
Same.
And I've been to a couple shows at that point, and I started reading old school Slash and Nomad magazines, and I'm this is the coolest shit I've ever seen in my life. So I gotta do this. I gotta do cool stuff like this. So I started drawing, and I thought it'd take off because I'm trying to just help the scene and offer support and interviews for bands. I didn't even I started my zine, and my friend convinced me to start doing interviews for bands, and I didn't even think I didn't even want to do interviews at first. I just wanted it to be zines, but he convinced me, and we did a couple interviews, and I fell in love with it. And that's Anilo. He's the only other Scuat member.
Yeah.
It's just me and Anilo.
Shout out Fade Data.
Fade Data, yeah. And yeah, he edits everything. He films everything. Yeah.
Oh, that's tight, yeah. And when you go up to artists, you do have like preemptive questions about their shit, and like you do have like some pre-planned stuff when you do.
Yeah. I've got a list of questions that I usually ask every band. But while doing the interview, like there's always something that somebody says that I want to ask more questions about that. So I never just ask the same questions every interview. There's always stuff that comes up, and sometimes I'll just think of a good question or funny question, and again, a lot of it's maybe they say something that they could expand a lot more on. So I'm like, okay, well, why'd you do that? Or like, is that like, do you think that's important or not? Because I don't want to ask questions where I automatically assume that the band or the musician made the song or did something that they did with a reason, because I know a lot of the shit that I do I don't do with a reason in my art and in my music. So I kind of ask them, like, do you think this was important or do you not think, and why?
And what's been one of the questions that you've asked a band that you were like surprised at the answer for? Like you were just like, what the fuck? Like, or it could be good too. You're just like, oh shit, I didn't think about it like that. When you know, like, was there like a band where you're just like surprised at their answer, or like surprised at what question you gave them, that you were just like, oh shit, that's tight?
I don't.
Or just
I'd have to go through my interviews to see.
What has been your like favorite interview from that?
My favorite interview. Well, there was a funny one when I interviewed B.D.O.T.S. Anilo, my friend Anilo, had a question because he did some research on them.
Sorry. And
they have some kick-ass music videos, and he asked like a question about their music video about like one character, and that kind of surprised the band because they kind of forgot about that, or they.
Oh shit.
It was just something like super like niche to them. I guess.
Anilo's Nardwuar moment.
Exactly.
He just fucking pulled that shit. That's tight.
But I do want to start doing like my research on bands before I do interviews and try to like pull some Nardwuar stuff or maybe get them something.
Yeah. Because they do appreciate it. It's tight.
No, yeah, I wouldn't think, for these bands in the scene, there's any reason for them to not do an interview with me, because I'm not trying to get paid for my interviews. Never trying to do that. If I ever vent, I give stuff away for free, and I mean, yeah, it's just, they gain, I'm promoting them, and I get to do an interview with the band, which is pretty cool, and I make friends that way, and it's fun. It gets me a lot more involved in the scene.
Totally. I mean, I feel the same way with my camera stuff for sure too. Where I just want to be friends with musicians, really.
Yeah.
Obviously, I do try to get a little bit of a payday at some point. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I still give them the video. Like I've always kind of been like that, where I'm just like, hey, if you can throw me some money, that's cool. If you can't, okay. And here's the video.
It's all still so pretty surreal to me. How me and my friend, he took me to my first show ever, which was his second show ever in the scene. It was like a Wednesday show at the B-side, and there was no time span in between going to that first show and then me hanging out with the same bands that we saw that night, and going out to Mr. Ramen or something with them.
Yeah.
And we were both just like, dude, this is cool.
Yeah.
This is fucking cool.
That's what I'm saying. Your first, when the band takes you under their wing, or hey, come hang out with us, it's like, oh shit, this is tight. This is kind of what I wanted to do anyway. You know what I mean? It always sucks when they're more closed offish, but they have their reasons, Or maybe they just don't like you.
Maybe. I try to be likable. I try to not give anybody a reason to not like me, but
yeah. But it's inevitable, It's human nature.
Yeah.
There's billions.
You can't hate them for not liking you.
No, you can't.
Everybody has a reason.
You definitely can't. No, that's tight. That's tight. But yeah, the whole Scuat thing, the whole Scuat magazine, and then also the interviews. It's pretty cool. I fuck with it. I think it's tight.
Thank you.
I think it's really tight. But you got a bright future ahead of you, Dougie.
Thank you.
And
I believe it.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of some more interview stuff.
Got some more books over there.
Okay. Tight.
Sure.
Want to check out the books?
Sure.
Check out some more shit.
Excuse my kimono.
Oh shit. Is that what you normally wear when you get out of the shower or something?
No, I just brought that here. I want to paint in it, but
Oh shit.
I also don't
That's
want to
tight.
fuck it up. I just here. These sit down and show you. This Basquiat book is on sale.
That's tight.
I haven't read through it all, but Basquiat's one of my favorites. He did a show, King Pleasure, across the street from the Broad, and I went there like twice or 3 times.
Oh shit, that's tight.
Tony Viramontes is a fashion illustrator, and I love his stuff. It just looks really cool. And actually, the only manga I've ever read was JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. It's the only one I like reading.
Shit.
And he got a lot of inspiration from Tony Viramontes.
Damn.
Like a lot of the poses that he uses, like, were taken exactly from like one of Tony's drawings,
Yeah.
which I think is so badass.
Every artist has their inspiration and what they bring to the thing. That's pretty fucking cool.
That's how I found a lot of artists that I like, from looking at his inspirations.
That's what he liked.
Mm-hmm.
That's tight.
So yeah, I've got a bunch of JoJo books.
Holy shit.
And then Peter Tunney, I think that's how you say his name. He's the dude who, which I might be able to find it in here, he did that collage where he wrote Warhol, Big Cigarettes. And I went to this dude's studio in Florida. It was like the only time I've been to Florida. And I just missed him. I saw him like in there. I was looking at all his art. And I spent like an hour in that place, and by the time I realized, like, oh, I like his art, he had left, so I didn't get to say hi to him.
Shit.
But he's got a cool studio space, and you know, I'd seen that one little collage piece before with the Marlboro in there, and I didn't realize it was him until I saw it, and I thought that was really dope.
That's tight.
Some old font magazine. Or, no, it's got like graphic illustrations. Such an old one. I like Mad. Some more Mad drawings.
That's tight.
David Bowie is my favorite musician of all time. He's just got a whole bunch of pictures from him.
And he had a lot of like personality changes throughout the years.
Yeah, he was Ziggy Stardust, and then he was like the Thin White Duke. And then, yeah, he was a lot of people in his lifetime.
Do you think it's important for artists to reinvent themselves most of the time?
If you want to.
Like,
I mean,
yeah, if that's the thing.
An artist doesn't have to.
No, they don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, I guess, do you find it interesting when an artist decides to, hey, I'm just going to be this other person?
Yeah, and I think it pisses a lot of people off sometimes when they like an artist and they want them to keep doing stuff, and then the artist just says, no.
I don't feel like it.
You know, I think it's cool because that's the artist saying, like, hey, fucking wake up call. I'm not making art for other people, I'm making art for myself, and here's what I'm gonna do now. So you get a fluctuation of fans, like fans who liked the old you who don't like the new you, so they leave, and then fans who like the old you and they like the new you and they stick around, and then fans that didn't like the old you that like the new you, so they show up. Some more drawings from Hirohiko Araki.
That's tight. And
Life magazine.
You do have to. You do kind of have to just do it for yourself at the end of the day.
Yeah,
Because you'll be miserable if you're doing it for other people.
Yeah, unless you're gonna make a shitload of money. Like, miserable and rich is not like a bad way to live.
Yeah, I think there's a Tyler the Creator.
And that's what a lot of people. There's a way to get into art where you don't really necessarily like art. You're just doing it for money. And there's a way to work that out, and you can make money that way. But you know, a lot of people only know how to be artists, and they'll live a miserable life if they don't just pull the trigger and be an artist. And those people got to do it because they have to. Somebody else needs to.
Yeah, totally. You got some other
Snoopy Dogg comics, an Alfred Hitchcock little magazine.
Tight.
a Johnny Cash story. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. This is the like fastest I've ever read a book. I read this in like
Holy shit.
maybe a couple weeks.
Oh, you got a Scuat. Is that a Scuat bookmark?
Yeah, I drew my own little bookmark.
Oh, that's tight.
Scuat.
That's fucking sick. Scuat bookmark.
Yeah.
Gonna show the camera a little bit.
My Scuat bookmark. I just squat on the other side.
You guys can screenshot that AI so I can just pick your own
Print your own,
bookmarks.
yeah.
Pick your own bookmarks, but that's tight. That's fucking tight, dude.
Yeah, but dude, I love this book.
Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
One of the chapters was "Oh Mama, can this really be the end?" And that's stuck inside a Memphis trailer with the mobile. Wait. Oh, stuck inside a mobile trailer with the Memphis Blues again. By Bob Dylan, which is like he's one of my favorites of all time. You know.
I'll tell him.
Keith Haring, love Keith Haring. It was when he painted on Grace Jones. I kind of wanted to do that paint on somebody, but that was really something.
Oh shit, that's pretty.
And
tight.
it's him, Basquiat, and Andy Warhol that were in this like
art war.
Well, not really art war, but they all work together. There's a bunch of photos with them all hanging out together.
Yeah, it feels like there's a misconception with like
Doors songbook.
That's tight.
Yeah, I just picked this up for like $2 at a vintage store.
You would think it's like, I mean, in all aspects of art, there's always some type of collaboration. There's always like some type of movement happening where people do collaborate with each other. But you think about it more for music than you do like paintings, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, there is that shit. Post-punk. That's tight.
Post-punk new wave from on stage, backstage, and just photos.
And what's
1978 to 1991. And surprisingly, there's no photos of the Germs or Darby Crash. And I think they did it on purpose. No photos of Darby Crash and no photos of Sid Vicious. There's a photo of Johnny Rotten when he was with Pill.
Oh, okay.
But
when they went post-punk.
and dude, Wendy O. Williams kicks ass.
Oh,
I drew her name on there. She died. She shot herself too.
She shot herself?
Yeah, or I think so. I've heard from other people how she's died, but she did kill herself.
Oh damn.
Susie Sue.
That sucks.
Yeah, but she was so badass. She blew up cars on stage, chainshot guitars on stage.
Fucking hell.
Shot blanks from a shotgun on stage.
Mm.
On this thing I found in a dumpster. It's just a bunch of different advertisements from the 80s.
Shit. And those artists that were in that post-punk, it's basically, you were saying that there's no Darby Crash. I mean, because obviously there's no punk. But did the members of the Germs like go on to make their own like post-punk shit, like almost new wavy?
Oh no, this has got punk in there too, because Plasmatics weren't post-punk. It says punk, post-punk.
Oh, okay. So there was
some punk in there, and there's the Ramones in there too, and this whole CBGB's crowd. I don't think Iggy Pop. I don't know.
That's tight.
A lot of people don't call the Stooges punk.
Mm.
They call them like rock, which they're up like they both released their album MC5 and Iggy Pop and the Stooges in 1969.
Mm.
So that's early punk, but again, MC5 is like hard rock, I guess, and so is the Stooges. But there's always the war, and there's always the people that say like, no, Lou Reed was the first punk. He was the beginning of punk, and I don't give a shit. I think the Ramones, were like the first, like, okay, we're just making punk music.
Yeah.
But the Stooges too. It's just there's no reason why I should get caught up worrying about who was the first punk when it does not matter in the slightest.
It doesn't. There's a lot of people that have like a genre war that I've always like been really like not into. It's like they're like, oh, I love punk and only punk and like all this shit. It's like, what punk band do you like? That's how I kind of like. Do you like this one? Do you like this one or not? I mean, I'm not this like bastion of like a genre. Like, yes, the rock stuff. It's like, what rock stuff?
Yeah.
There's only bands. Like, that bands make the genre. It's kind of like the chicken and the egg. You know what I mean? If the band didn't play the music that they played, what would you even classify it as?
Yeah.
They have to make the music for you to fucking put the genre on it. But that's just my little tidbit, my little rant bullshit.
I once asked somebody if they listen to punk music, and they said, yeah. And I said, like, who? And they said, like, Green Day. And I said, have you heard of Black Flag? And they said, no. Which is okay, you know? If you have those people.
Yeah.
I tried to put them on, and they're like, no, I just like Green Day. And
okay.
I was like, that's cool.
Yeah.
And I wasn't going to sit there and say, like, you don't like fucking punk.
You don't know what real punk is, you fucking...
You don't know what fucking punk is.
Oh my god, that's funny.
Yeah.
If you guys want to like listen to a really good like punk song that's like the antithesis of punk, listen to Boulevard of Broken Dreams by Green Day. It's like the heaviest, fucking most politically charged song I've ever heard in my life. Just to let you know, like, if you want to listen to real punk. And he also has an underground punk rock playlist that you guys should check out.
Oh, yeah, underground hardcore punk rock. Oh, I have a Pray for Death cassette tape.
Oh, shit, tight.
Right next to the Beatles and Hank Williams.
Dude, there you go.
CCR.
Creedence Clearwater.
This is just a blank one. This is the M60 machine gun functioning lesson from, like, I don't know, the 70s. How to use an M60 in the army.
How to use an M16? Oh, that's like an audio, like...
Oh, yeah, it's like, all right, here's how you
gotta load
fucking
it.
fire, here's how you take it apart. Yeah.
What the fuck?
For soldiers or something.
That's
like a Vietnam War music kind of thing. Kinks, The Vapors, Jimi Hendrix. This is my mom's Girl Convention 1994 cassette tape. I don't listen to it much.
That's tight.
Erica Johnson, Clissa Dover, John Lennon.
There you go.
Fuck. What's this?
Scat.
Charlie Parker.
Ooh. Oh, it says essay.
80s. ZZ Top.
And where do you get most of these cassettes from?
The Record Parlor is a record store I used to work at that's got a lot of... They're limited in cassette tapes, but they got some good ones. There's also a spot... I don't know, actually. I don't go hunting for cassette tapes as much as I do records. Ozzy Osbourne, random Bob Marley. This is my mom's old mixtape from high school.
Oh,
It
shit.
says "fucked" or "fucker," and it's got a bunch of punk on there. And she gave me a lot of punk ones. Like this is hers, The Exploited. Was hers, her old one from high school. To Have and Have Not, some old like romance movie that she like sampled from. Yeah, these are hers too, I think.
And did your parents ever put out music or no?
No, my mom was in this Riot Girl punk band called Double XY, which I think I got a mixtape from them. And dude, she Bikini Kill came to her school one time and played, or like a bar near their school, and she sang with them that night. And this was like 90s, and they wanted her to like sing with them more,
dude,
and like go with them. But I guess my mom's like, my mom told me, but I had school, and I'm like, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's fun.
I would have dropped it all to sing with fucking Bikini Kill.
I mean, I guess maybe in retrospect, do you think they were big at the time that they went to the school? And
probably
like, they
not, but you know, now Kathleen Hanna is like a legend of punk, so that's...
And she's coming out with her book recently. That's pretty tight, from what I've seen. But yeah,
my mom could have been so much cooler.
Damn, mom lore.
Yep.
Moms, you need to just do shit for the mom lore.
Exactly.
Future moms. Same thing for dads. I always hear that a lot about do it for the dad lore and shit like that.
Do you have dad lore?
I don't.
You don't?
I technically do.
Technically do?
Yeah, I feel like all the fucking events I've been to and like all the experiences that I've had doing just
the scene.
just camera
The
shit.
scene is some lore, some dad lore.
Yeah, I just can't talk about certain parts of that fucking lore, you know, because like some people were just like, yeah, this is just not a talk about that, whatever. Like I don't know.
This memory ends. It's only a memory now.
All I'll say is the Black Widow's Den spunk, and that's it.
What?
That's all I'll fucking say.
The Black Widow's Den?
The Black Widow's Den. It was a place in Santa Ana. This like venue.
Oh, the show that they just played at? Did you get spanked?
No.
No? You didn't?
I saw some stuff.
You saw some stuff, yeah. I think I saw some stuff on a story.
Yeah.
Some stuff happened there.
Yeah. Some dad lore stuff for sure. You know.
Daddy lore.
Daddy lore.
Daddy lore.
Yeah.
Mommy lore.
Yeah.
Mistress lore.
For sure,
yeah,
but
that's what that was.
That's tight. No, that's fucking tight.
Oh yeah, because they played and there was some like bondage show there or something.
Yeah, definitely. It was a cool experience. It was very cool to see everything, the whole shebang bang. But yeah, dude. Scuat magazine. What do you think? Where do you think it's heading at this point? You know what I mean? or it doesn't really matter. It's
keep doing what I'm doing already. I'm gonna try to just been lacking on. I haven't done an interview in a while, so we need to do some interviews.
Definitely.
So keep doing that. This next Scuat issue, I don't think is gonna be as good as my last one because that was a really good issue that I put out. I'm really, really proud of that one. So I'm gonna have to like.
That was volume what? 8,
6, 7.
7. So volume 7. If you go on his Instagram, you can check out volume 7, and it's a pretty fucking cool.
Yeah,
one.
I really like
cool
that issue because I did a lot of like Xeroxing and like cutting stuff up, and it looked like a proper zine, like it should. And then the rest of them I just hand draw, which I'll probably do that for this issue this month because I'm behind. But
that's
try to
sad.
do them a month.
Do what you gotta do, man. Yeah. So, what color is your toothbrush, buddy?
I think my toothbrush is orange because I like the color orange. It's always been like my favorite color because online, my username on everything was like shrimp taco. And like on CSGO, you could change your like color name when you get into a match. And I figured like, well, orange is like a shrimp taco color,
Yeah.
maybe. So I just chose orange.
You like shrimp tacos?
Kinda.
Or you just like the color orange?
I like the color orange because I just associated that with like my username, I think.
Okay. You
It's
like
like-
oranges?
I do like oranges.
Pretty
I
good.
like shrimp tacos more than I like oranges.
I like beer battered fish tacos.
Ooh.
And shit's is good.
Beer battered like fish and chips is, yeah, it's always good.
It's a shit. I got the ones at Del Taco.
Ooh.
It's-
Oh,
people don't want that, yeah.
Oh, that's
but I get some at some other spots. Like,
Dude,
Ostión
getting them
de
at like an
Colima.
Irish pub kind of spot.
Yeah.
Dude, Irish restaurants, dude. Oh, I get the bangers and mash all the time.
Fuck yeah.
Dude, bangers and mash, kick, ass.
That's tight.
They're usually done good, but yeah, if you get them done good, they're good.
Oh yeah, for sure. But yeah, dude. So we've been. This has been Blur's Dream on the Scene. You know, we just did an impromptu interview, kind of, because you know, we didn't prepare for shit. We just wanted to talk to River from Scuat. You know what I mean? So this is a studio and shit. Seems like a cool spot for a lot of inspiration, a lot of drawings, a lot of music. Oh, with his guitar over there too. We didn't even talk about his guitar over there. Is it no brand on it? Is it like a Fender or some shit?
It's a Mitchell.
It's Mitchell.
Mitchell, yeah.
Black Mitchell. That's
Sounds
tight.
good. I just replaced the strings on it this morning.
There you go, bro.
Yeah.
Shit.
Probably out of tune now. Or not. I don't know. Maybe.
Sounds nice.
Yeah. Feel nice. It's like silk and steel or whatever.
That's fucking tight. But yeah. So, I guess that will conclude our little room tour interview type thing. If you watch the whole thing, tight. You're a fucking nerd. But, you know, it's cool. And we're just gonna sign out now.
Yep.
Thank you.
Don't never watch like full Scuat episodes or like anything unless, because that's just like it takes up too much attention.
Yeah.
And like you don't have that attention span. Make sure you got some like Subway Surfers on the bottom, right here, and then make sure you got Family Guy clips right here, and throw in some Skibby toilet right here, and Among Us right here. And you know what? Cover us up with what should they cover us up with? Low taper fade.
Low taper fade or the chicken nuggets one.
Oh yeah, the chicken nugget one where he's like he goes through like his obstacles and then and then Nico Avocado's gonna eat him. You've seen it right now.
And also the Chinese gambling thing.
Oh yeah, like type yes to affirm.
Yeah, it's
Type yes to affirm.
for gambling bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this has been Blur's Dream on the Scene. Thank you for this interview.
Thank you very much. That was really fun. My first. Nobody's ever interviewed me like this before, so it was pretty
Yeah,
fun.
I wish we came more prepared, but you know, I don't know. Just kind of take life waves and shit. You know, you do your thing, stuff like that. But yeah,
Like a river.
like a river.
Rolling down the river.
That's rolling on the river.
Proud Mary.
Proud Mary.
Tina Turner, I think, did that first, and then CCR did it.
That's good. Yeah, it's fucking tight. So yeah,
I
just
don't
like a
listen to Tina
river.
Turner.
Yeah. Yeah. You do your thing.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to listen to. So yeah, if you made it to the end, that's tight. If you didn't, I don't know. She didn't make it to the end, so what gives a fuck?
You actually have Doodlebug. That's cool.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, that's cool.
It does. Oh, shout out MJ on the back of the camera.
Yeah.
Holy shit! I know you want to fucking put that camera down. I fucking know. I'm so sorry. All right, Skibbity Toilet Riz, Ohio,
Toilet Riz.
Phantom Tex, Baby Gronk, Libby Dunn, and Queso. Thank you.
Okay, so I couldn't think of anything. You kind of said that's everything on the bucket list.
Yeah.
Oh, did-dat-to-be-did-dat-to-dio.
I've been married a long time ago.
Oi, baka, databayo.
Nonchalant Dreadhead.
Lunch.
Nonchalant Dreadhead. All this shit will be dated in like a fucking month from now. But
Yeah.
it's tight, you know?
Yeah.
Alright, we're gonna do our fucking, what do you call it? Our episode 3. So that's gonna be tight. Stay tuned for that. Peace out.